Hi there, my name is Kris Trudeau and I'm the author of TimeShift. And today I wanted to talk to you about time travel and some of the issues that I had to work around when writing the book. When I first started writing this novel, my best friend Andrew thought that I was absolutely insane, and he is an avid sci-fi fan, and we did a lot of talking about the story ideas that I had, the storyboard that I had laid out, and he thought and told me on many occasions that I was crazy, and for somebody who had never written anything really before in their life, to tackle time travel of all things was just an absolute waste of my time. And I understand why he says that, because when you really stop and think about the concepts of time travel, it's absolutely fascinating. I mean, there's the obvious, okay, well, I'm here now, but I'm going to go back in time and, you know, go back to the year, you know, 1822 or something like that. Like, it's, you know, you can imagine that, but where it gets more tricky is when you get into the paradoxes and things like that. So, you know, I go back to 1822, but then, you know, I'm riding a horse and then I run over my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, and then you know, that I never came to be. So then how does that work? Because you're trapped in 1822 but you know, then you're dead. So like, what do you disappear, or, you know, how does that work? And I found that concept so fascinating. And with the conversations that I'd had with my friend about it, it sounded like I needed to have good detail and some good explanations for how this was all going to work out. I guess, like, I could have done this two different ways. I could have just had the characters go back in time and make no reference to any of this. But I felt that it took away some of the character of the story to not really dive into those concepts of paradoxes and some of those issues that come up with time travel. Another time travel issue is, I mean, the three teams are going back into time, so they're obviously there's a sequential order. So there's a team going back to the year 1200, there's a team going back to 2016, and then there's a team going back to 2095, which isn't all that far in the past for the present day, which is 2097. And so I had to come up with a way to make it so, like, all of these events had to happen together, but realistically, as we all know, time is linear. So the changes that the people make in the year 1200, that's all fine and dandy. They make those changes, but you know, then they just sit there for however many years, and then the next team is in 2016, and so you can see how the story kind of loses its pop that way, and so I had to come up with a way to kind of pull all these elements together, and I tell you, the book damn near fell apart at that point, and I went to Andrew and was lamenting about my woes, and so he was really good, because I was able to bounce a lot of really good ideas off of him, and he was very blunt about whether he thought that was a good idea or not. And so I'd come up with this idea for bonded time, and when I told him about it, because I don't think he really believed I was going to be able to pull it together, he's so supportive. I came up with this idea for bonded time, and I told him about it, and I don't think he said anything. I think I might have shocked him a little bit, and it was so perfect. But, you know, that goes back to being a sci-fi author, is, you know, you have a real advantage over non-fiction writers. You have a problem, you need a solution, you just make one up. It's fabulous. So, but the bonded time concept, just the name in itself just worked really well, and it just pulled everything all together. So I was really quite tickled about that piece, and it I think it really added a nice level of complexity to the book, and just a little bit more interest. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. So if you're interested in reading more about time travel and picking up the novel TimeShift, you can do that on the official TimeShift website, which is timeshift-novel.com, or you can pick up the ebook on any major book online retailer. Thank you very much, and happy reading!